Imagine this, you're standing on the edge of potential, looking out at the mountain. The path is steep, the air is thin, and every inch forward feels like a battle. The world tells you to quit, your body screams at you to stop, but you keep moving. Why? Because the hero inside you isn't some clean-cut, perfect figure. No, the hero inside you has to be a monster, a relentless force, untamed, unbroken, and unforgiving to anything that stands in the way of your greatness. Welcome everyone on our new video. Dear listeners, in the quietest moments of your life when everything slows down and the weight of the world presses heavily upon your shoulders, you'll have a choice to make. The choice is simple but profound. Will you answer the call of your own destiny, or would you shrink back into the shadows? The truth is, the hero in every story isn't born perfect, and they're certainly not born without flaw. The hero must be forged in the fires of adversity, tested and shaped by trials that would break the average person. They must become something more. The hero has to be a monster. Now let me clarify what I mean by monster. I don't mean the kind of bone society warns you about, the kind that destroys and leaves destruction in its wake. No, I mean the kind of monster that you must become within yourself, a beastly force of nature that cannot be deterred. It's a force that refuses to quit, even when every fiber of your being screams for you to stop. It's a relentless drive, a hunger to push past the limits and become something greater than you ever thought possible. And the hero who achieves greatness is the one who embraces their inner monster, the one who recognizes that without becoming something fierce, something unstoppable, they will never rise above mediocrity. Dear listeners, understand this, there is a beast inside of you, and it has been there all along. You felt it, haven't you? The raw primal energy that surges within when you're pushed to the edge is there when you're faced with challenges that seem insurmountable. It's there when you feel as if the whole world is against you and your mind is telling you to throw in the towel. That voice in your head that says you can't do this is a reflection of the part of you that has not yet fully embraced its potential. The hero doesn't listen to that voice. The hero becomes a monster. They transform that voice of doubt into fuel, using it to power forward through the pain and uncertainty. But here's the hard truth. You cannot be a hero without embracing that monster within. You cannot achieve greatness by playing it safe. You cannot reach the pinnacle of your potential if you're afraid to face the darkness. Every time you back down, every time you avoid the struggle, you miss an opportunity to grow. The world is filled with people who choose comfort over changes, who choose the easy path over the hard one. The hero knows that the easy path will never lead to greatness. Greatness is born in the fire of difficulty, and to enter that fire, you must be willing to become something fierce. The hero doesn't just face the challenge, they seek it out. They know that in order to grow, they must push themselves beyond the limits they have placed on themselves. And they must go further, harder, and longer than ever thought possible. They must become something they have never been before. A monster inside of them must awaken and drive them to places others would never dare to go. This monster doesn't wait for opportunities to come knocking. It creates its own opportunities. It takes the risk others won't take. It dares to dream bigger, to push further, and to fall harder. And it also rises stronger. Dear listeners, being a hero means making sacrifices. It means choosing the hard road over the easy one, the path less traveled. Most people shy away from hard work, from discomfort, from uncertainty. They fear failure and the toll that it takes. But the hero knows that failure is a part of success. The hero knows that each failure is not the end, but rather the beginning of a new level of growth. A monster within understands that failure is not a setback, but a step and it sharpens. It builds resilience, it builds strength. The hero embraces failure because they know it is part of their evolution. Without failure, there is no success. And there's another thing the hero understands. It's not enough to just want success. Wanting's not enough. Wishing for greatness won't get you there. The hero knows that greatness requires relentless effort day after day, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how long it takes. It requires discipline and sacrifice. It requires that you develop a work ethic that becomes a part of who you are. And the monster inside doesn't need motivation because it is self-sustaining. It feeds off a commitment, and the more you feed it, the more it grows. The more it grows, the stronger you become. But let me be clear, the monster isn't about aggression for the sake of aggression. It's not about tearing others down or proving you're better than someone else. It's about proving to yourself that you are capable of more. It's about doing the work day in and day out, even when no one is watching. It's about digging deeper, finding reserves of strength that you didn't know existed, and using those reserves to push through pain and uncertainty. Dear listeners, this monster is born out of necessity. It's not a choice, it's a requirement. If you want to be a hero in life, if you want to rise to your highest potential, you must stop holding back. You must stop letting fear or doubt control you. The hero does not wait for permission. The hero doesn't need validation. The hero doesn't care about comfort, popularity, or instant gratification. The hero's only concern is the mission. The mission is to be the best version of themselves, to grow, to evolve, to break free from the chains of limitation, to move beyond the surface level distractions that plague most people's lives. And the hero becomes a monster because they understand that in order to be great, they must be willing to fight. And they must fight against their own weaknesses, their own fears, their own insecurities. And they must fight against the world that tries to tell them they're not enough, that they can't succeed, that they don't deserve greatness. And most importantly, they must fight against the version of themselves that is too comfortable, too complacent, too afraid to step into the unknown. And heroes understand that the journey to greatness is not a straight path. It's not an easy ride. It's filled with setbacks, doubts, challenges, and hardships. But the hero faces these obstacles head on, armed with the ferocity of a monster. They don't back down, they don't retreat, they don't run away from the pain. They face it head on. They let it refine them, they let it shape them into something better, stronger, and more capable than they were before. And when the battle is over, when the dust settles, the hero emerges victorious, not because they never faced adversity, but because they refused to let it defeat them. Dear listeners, and so the question for you is, are you ready to become that monster? Are you ready to embrace the hero inside of you, one that is capable of extraordinary feats that be held back? Are you ready to put in the work, to sacrifice, to face your fears and discomforts? Because if you are, then know this, the monster within you is already waiting to be unleashed. It's waiting to rise up and take you to heights and you never thought possible. It's waiting for you to stop making excuses and start making progress. It's waiting for you to face the challenges, no matter how daunting they may seem, and conquer them. And the hero has to be a monster, not because they are born with that strength, but because they cultivate it. I choose to embrace their inner beast and turn it into a force that drives them to achieve their goals, to overcome their fears, and to make a lasting impact on the world around them. So stop holding back, stop playing small. The world needs your greatness. The world needs you to become the hero you were always meant to be. And to do that, you must first become a monster. What if I told you that the key to unlocking your full potential lies something you've been avoiding your entire life? Something fierce, something powerful, something that could push you to heights you never thought possible. The truth is, to become the person you were always meant to be, you have to embrace your inner monster. It's not about aggression or chaos, it's about tapping into a force of nature inside you that refuses to quit, that thrives in adversity, and that will carry you through the tough times. The hero inside of you doesn't arise from softness or comfort. It's born in the fire of hardship and the struggle, and in the relentless pursuit of growth. And this inner monster is the key to unlocking your greatness. We all have that beast within us waiting to be awakened. It's the part of you that refuses to accept failure as an option, the part that fights through pain, fatigue, and doubt. Too often we hold ourselves back, afraid of what we might become if we let go of our fears and self-imposed limits. But the truth is, the only way to reach your highest potential is stop shrinking from the challenges life throws at you and instead face them head on with the power of that inner monster. When you embrace this part of you, you don't just survive, you thrive. You become unstoppable. Dear listeners, this inner monster is not something you have to create. It's been there all along. It's in every moment when you felt like giving up but kept going. It's in every struggle that has forced you to dig deeper and rise stronger. We often try to suppress it because it feels intense, uncomfortable, and sometimes even dangerous. But what if I told you that the strength you seek lies in letting that intensity drive you? When you unleash your inner monster, you stop caring about comfort and start focusing on results. You stop being afraid of failure and instead learn to embrace it as a part of the process that pushes you closer to your goals. Many people in the world are afraid of their own strength. They're afraid to push themselves to their limits because they've been conditioned to avoid discomfort. It's in that discomfort that growth happens. When you embrace your inner monster, you stop settling for mediocrity and start striving for greatness. You stop waiting for permission and start making your own path. It's about being relentless, pushing past the voices of doubt that try to hold you back and instead listening to the roar of your inner beast telling you to keep going. To embrace your inner monster is accept that shift that you must become something different. You must evolve into someone who isn't afraid to take risks, who isn't afraid to fail, and who isn't afraid to break through the barriers that others shy away from. Your monster is what keeps you going when everyone else quits. It's what makes you stronger, faster, and more resilient. And when you finally embrace it, you'll realize that this inner beast was always there, waiting for you to stop running from it and start using it to conquer the world around you. So stop holding back, unleash your inner monster, and watch as you become the hero of your own story. What if I told you that the pain you are enduring right now is the very thing shaping you into the hero you are destined to become? It may not seem like it in the moment, but adversity is the forge where the strongest versions of ourselves are made. The hero isn't someone who's never faced difficulty. The hero is the one who faces it head on, refuses to back down, and rises stronger each time they are knocked down. Without struggle, there is no growth. Without adversity, there is no true transformation. The hero's journey is built on hardship, and it's through this struggle that we discover our true strength. Dear listeners, we live in a world that often trusts us to avoid pain, to sidestep discomfort, and to find shortcuts to success. But the truth is, greatness doesn't come from avoiding adversity, it comes from embracing it. It's the tough moments that test our limits that force us to dig deep and that reveal the hidden power within. The hero doesn't shrink from these moments, they welcome them. They understand that every challenge is an opportunity to evolve, to sharpen their skills, and to become stronger than they were before. Without adversity, there is no room for growth. And if you want to be the hero of your own story, you must stop running from the storms of life. The hero doesn't wait for the perfect circumstances or for everything to align perfectly. The hero charges forward in the midst of chaos, understanding that true strength is built not when everything is easy, but when everything is hard. Adversity forces you to break through your own limits. It pushes you to become someone you never imagined you could be. It is through these battles that you are molded, refined, and prepared for greater challenges ahead. The hero is made through the process, not by avoiding it. Every time life knocks you down, you have a choice to stay down or to rise again. The hero rises. It's in those moments when you're on the brink of giving up, when the weight of the world seems unbearable, that your fortune's forged. It's not about avoiding failure, it's about learning how to get back up after you fall. Each setback, each disappointment, each failure is an opportunity for you to become stronger, more resilient, and more capable of facing the next battle that comes your way. The hero becomes who they are because they refuse to quit, no matter how hard it gets. But remember, adversity is not something to fear, it's something to erase. It's the catalyst for change. Every obstacle you face, every hardship you endure is preparing you for greatness. The hero is not someone who has never struggled, they are the ones who have fought through the hardest times. And because of that, they have become invincible. So when life throws its hardest challenges at you, don't back away, step into them. And understand that this is where your true transformation begins. This is where the hero within you is forged. Dear listeners, have you ever heard that voice inside your head telling you that you're not good enough, that you're not capable of achieving your dreams? That voice of doubt is the silent enemy that holds you back from becoming the person you were meant to be. It whispers lies, fills you with fear, and convinces you that you're better off playing it safe. But what if I told you that voice of doubt isn't something to fear, it's something to conquer? It's the voice of your greatest potential, and in every moment of doubt, there's an opportunity to rise above it. The real battle is not with the world outside, but with the doubts that reside within. This voice of doubt is universal. Everyone has heard it at some point. It's that nagging feeling that creeps in when you're on the brink of success, telling you that you're not enough, that you're not worthy of dreams. The enemy isn't the obstacles you face, it's the belief that you cannot overcome them. But here's the truth. That voice is not your reality. It's a product of your fears, insecurities, and past experiences. It's a reflection of what you have not yet overcome in your mind. And the only way to silence it is by doing the very thing it tells you you're incapable of doing. The more you push through the doubts, the quieter that voice becomes. Doubt is an inevitable part of the human experience, but it doesn't have to define you. In fact, the most successful people have faced their doubts head on. They don't wait for the fear to go away, they move forward in spite of it. The voice of doubt only has power if you listen to it. The moment you start to question that voice, the moment you decide that you are stronger than it, is the moment transformation begins. Doubt is not a signal to stop, it's a challenge to move forward. To prove to yourself that you are capable of overcoming what you fear the most. Every time you hear that voice of doubt, see it for what it really is, a test. It's the moment when you get to decide whether you'll step into your greatness or shrink back into comfort. The hero does not wait for doubt to disappear. They act anyway. They move through the fear because they understand that the fear is just a sign that they are pushing into new territory. The greater the doubt, the greater the opportunity for growth. When you make the choice to act despite your has no real power over you. The truth is that voice of doubt is always going to be there, lurking in the background, trying to convince you that you're not enough. But the real question is, will you let it control you? Or will you let it fuel you? The most powerful people are the ones who understand that doubt is just noise. They chose Nawad and they choose not to listen to it. Or they choose to believe in their strength, in their resilience, and in their ability to overcome any obstacle. So next time doubt creeps in, don't shy away from it, embrace it as a sign that you are on the verge of something great. That voice is simply the challenge you must conquer to become the hero of your own life. What if I told you that the key to your growth, your success, and your ultimate greatness lies in seeking out the very challenges fear? We live in a world that tries to shield us from discomfort, from failure, and from anything that might make us feel inadequate. But what if the secret to becoming your best self is not avoiding the tough moments, but running toward them with courage and determination? Oh, the truth is, the more challenges you face, the more you evolve, the stronger you become, and the closer you get to the life you've always wanted. Challenges are not the enemy, they are the greatest teachers you will ever have. I know most people try to stay within their comfort zones, avoiding anything that might test them. But that comfort zone is a cage, a barrier that keeps you from tapping into your full potential. Challenges push you to confront your fears, doubts, and limitations. They force you to become resourceful, creative, and resilient. They expose your weaknesses, but they also reveal your true strength. The hero does not shy away from these obstacles. They seek them out because they know that without challenges, there is no progress. It's in those difficult moments that you truly learn what you're capable of. Dear listeners, seeking out challenges means stepping into the unknown, embracing uncertainty, and welcoming discomfort. It's not about choosing to make your life harder, it's about choosing to make your life better by intentionally putting yourself in situations where growth is inevitable. Every challenge you face builds a new layer of resilience. The more you put yourself in challenging situations, the more you discover how adaptable and strong you really are. It's in those moments when you're unsure of how you'll make it through that you find the power within you to keep going, to push harder, and to rise above your own limitations. Every time you face a challenge head-on, you are sharpening the tools you need to succeed in life. The discomfort, the struggle, the setbacks are all part of the process that prepares you for something greater. Without these challenges, you'd remain stagnant, comfortable, and predictable. But a life of mediocrity is not the life you're meant to live. When you seek out challenges, you unlock your true potential, and you discover that you are capable of much more than you ever imagined. Growth doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you put yourself in a position to be tested, to be stretched, and to overcome. So stop waiting for life to hand you challenges. Start looking for them yourself. We're the one who actively seeks out the tough battles, the difficult tasks, and the situations that seem impossible. Because when you do, you don't just grow, you become unstoppable. You break through barriers you didn't know existed. You become the kind of person who isn't afraid to face whatever life throws at you. And most importantly, you become the hero of your own story. Challenges aren't something to avoid. They are the stepping stones to your greatest achievements. Embrace them. Seek them out. Let them shape you into the person you are destined to be. What if I told you that failure isn't the end, but the beginning of success? We live in a world where failure is often viewed as something to avoid, something to be ashamed of. But what if we've been looking at it all wrong? What if failure is not the opposite of success, but a necessary part of the journey? The most successful people in the world didn't get there by avoiding failure. They got there by embracing it, learning from it, using it as fuel to drive them forward. Success is not about never failing, it's about failing forward, turning each setback into a stepping stone towards something greater. Failure is not a reflection of who you are. It's a reflection of what you've tried. When you fail, it doesn't mean you're not good enough or that you'll never succeed. It simply means you've stepped out of your comfort zone and taken a risk. And the truth is, the people who never fail are the ones who never take risks, who never push themselves to grow. Failure is proof that you're trying. It's evidence that you are in the arena, taking action, learning, and evolving. Every time you fail, you get one step closer to understanding what works and what doesn't. And that knowledge brings you closer to your ultimate success. When you fail, you have two choices. You can let it break you, or you can let it build you. And the people who succeed are not the ones who never fall. They are the ones who all get up and keep going. Every failure is a lesson in disguise. It's a moment of learning, a chance to adjust your approach and come back stronger. The road to success is filled with failures, but each failure is a gift. It's an opportunity to refine your skills, to discover what you're made of, and to grow into the person who can achieve what you've set out to do. Failure is not something to fear, it's something to embrace. Well, think about the greatest achievers in history. They didn't reach their success by getting everything right the first time. They failed again and again. But with each failure, they learn and adapt. Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That mindset is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. Failure is not a reason to quit. It's a reason to keep pushing, keep experimenting, and keep evolving. Without failure, success would be hollow and empty. It's the contrast, the struggle, and the overcoming that makes success so meaningful. So the next time you fail, don't be discouraged. Don't let it define you or hold you back. I recognize that failure is just a part of the process, a necessary part of your journey to success. It's not the end of the road, it's the beginning of the next chapter. With each failure, you gain wisdom, experience, and strength. Embrace failure as the teacher it is and use it to propel you toward your greatness. Because failure isn't the opposite of success, it's an integral part of it. The only true failure is when you stop trying, and as long as you keep moving forward, failure will always lead you to success. What if I told you that desire alone will never get you where you want to go? Desire is powerful. It sparks dreams, it fuels ambition, and it can ignite the fire within you. But here's the truth. Without relentless effort, desire is nothing more than a fleeting thought. Desire will get you started, but it's effort that will carry you to the finish line. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't the level of their desire, it's the level of their effort. If you want to achieve something extraordinary, you need to be willing to put in the work, no matter how hard it gets. Desire without effort is like a dream without action. It's easy to want something, to wish for success, to fantasize about the life you want to live. But dreams without effort are nothing but empty hopes. Real success comes from putting in the relentless work day after day, even when you don't feel like it, even when the road is tough, and even when it seems like nothing is happening. The true power lies in your ability to keep going, to keep pushing, and to stay focused on the process, not just the end result. Effort, when applied consistently, compounds and leads to results that desire alone could never achieve. It's the small, consistent actions that make the biggest difference. You don't need to have everything figured out from the start. You don't need to know exactly how everything will unfold. What matters is showing up every single day, putting in the work, and doing what needs to be done, even when the desire to quit is strong. A relentless effort is what separates the dreamers from the doers. It's easy to get excited in the beginning, but the real test is in the daily grind. It's in the hours you spend when no one is watching, the moments when your desire starts to wane. But you push through because you know that effort is the only thing that will bring you closer to your goals. And a relentless effort doesn't just happen when you feel motivated, it happens when you choose to show up. Even when motivation is nowhere to be peace found. It's about creating discipline, building habits, and committing to the process. Effort is something you can control, something that doesn't depend on how you feel on any given day. It's the actions you take, regardless of circumstances, that determine your future. So if you want to turn your desires into reality, stop waiting for the perfect moment. But you start putting in the effort, because that's where the magic happens. The more effort you put in, the closer you get to your goals, and the less room there is for excuses or distractions to hold you back. The truth is, relentless effort doesn't guarantee immediate success, it guarantees progress. Every small effort, every step forward, every moment of persistence is moving you closer to your goal. Desire will come and go, but the work you put in will remain. So if you want to achieve greatness, if it can transform your life, remember that desire is the spark, but relentless effort is the fuel that will turn that spark into a blazing fire. When you commit to the effort over the desire, success will follow, not because you wanted it, but because you worked for it. What would it take to tap into a level of work ethic so fierce that nothing could stop you achieving your goals? The work ethic of Monster is not just about putting in the hours, it's about relentless, unyielding focus and pushing through when everyone else would quit. It's about finding power in the grind, even when the days feel long and the results seem far off. A Monster's work ethic isn't driven by motivation or inspiration, it's built on discipline and an unbreakable mindset that says, I will not stop until I've achieved what I set out to do. And this kind of work ethic is what sets the greats apart from the average. It's the difference between ordinary and extraordinary. Having the work ethic of a monster means showing up every single day, no matter how you feel. You don't wait for the perfect moment, the right conditions, or the motivation to strike. You show up when you're tired, when you're frustrated, and even when doubt starts to creep in. And a monster doesn't need motivation because they've created a mindset that isn't dependent on feelings. They work because it's who they are, not because it's easy. The monster knows that success comes not from taking a break when it's convenient, but from pushing when it hurts and doing the work that others won't do. The work ethic of a monster is forged in most difficult moments. It's during those times when you feel like giving up, when the weight of your goals feels heavier than ever, that you decide, how's it me? And a monster doesn't wait for things to go right, they take control. They are willing to sacrifice comfort for progress and embrace pain as a stepping stone to success. They understand that the grind is the process, and And every hour of hard work, every setback, and every moment of struggle only brings them one step closer to greatness. This level of work ethic doesn't come naturally to most people. It's earned through the decision to be relentless, to keep moving forward no matter the odds. A monster doesn't back down from hard work. They see it as an opportunity to prove to themselves and the world what they're capable of. It's not about the results, it's about who you become in the process. When you embrace the work ethic of a monster, you redefine your limits and break free from the chains of complacency. You choose discipline over ease, sacrifice over comfort, and action over excuses. The work ethic of a monster isn't something that happens overnight. It's cultivated through consistency, through waking up each day with the understanding that nothing worth having is without effort. It's about choosing the harder path because you know it's the only one that will lead to greatness. So if you want to achieve the impossible, if you want to become the best version of yourself, stop waiting for the stars to align. Start working like a monster. Show up, push through the pain, keep going when everyone else has quit, and never ever stop until you reach the level of success you've envisioned. What if I told you that the key to true strength lies not in aggression, but in transformation? We often associate power with force, with loudness, and with dominating others. But the real power comes from within, from a quiet, relentless transformation of the self. Transformation is not about being aggressive with the world or others, it's about being aggressive with yourself. It's about challenging your limits, breaking your old habits, and evolving into the person who can achieve greatness. When you focus on transforming your own life, you'll realize that true strength doesn't come from overpowering others, it comes from mastering yourself. Aggression may seem like an easy way to assert control or to demand respect, but it only serves to build walls between you and the people around you. It's rooted in fear, insecurity, and a lack of understanding. Transformation, on the other hand, is a long-term process that requires discipline, patience, and a deep commitment to change. It's not about forcing your way through life, it's about understanding the power of small, consistent changes that add up over time. The aggressive person may intimidate, but the transformed person will inspire. They will lead by example and show others the way through their actions, not their words. True transformation requires a shift in mindset. It's about looking at your life and seeing opportunities to grow instead of obstacles to overcome. It's about seeing failure as a lesson, not as a setback. Aggression may give you a temporary sense of power, but transformation brings long-lasting fulfillment. Transformation is an inward journey that manifests outwardly. When you transform yourself, your habits, your mindset, your actions, the world around you will change as a result. You won't need to prove your worth because your life will speak for itself. The focus on transformation shifts the attention away from external factors and places it where it truly belongs, on the self. When you focus on transforming yourself, you stop looking for validation from others. You no longer need to assert dominance or control because you've learned to control yourself. It's about becoming the best version of who you are, not by overpowering others, but by elevating your own standards. The transformation process isn't easy. It requires relentless effort and dedication. But the results are more powerful than anything aggression can ever offer. So, if you want to truly make an impact, if you want to build a legacy that lasts, stop trying to force your way to the top. Instead, focus on your transformation. Shift your energy inward. Break down your barriers, confront your fears, and become the person who embodies the change they want to see in the world. Aggression may get you attention, but transformation will leave a mark. Transform yourself and the world begin to transform around you. What if I told you that growth is not just an option, but an absolute necessity? In life, stagnation is the silent killer of potential, and the only way to avoid it is to commit to growth constantly, consistently, and relentlessly. Growth isn't something that happens by accident. It's something you choose every single day. If you're not growing, you're dying. The choice is simple. Evolve or fade away. Growth is what pushes you out of your comfort zone and forces you to confront your weaknesses, to challenge your limitations, and to reach for something greater. Without growth, life becomes a cycle of repetition, and the spark of possibility is extinguished. Growth isn't always comfortable, and it doesn't always feel good in the moment. It requires facing your fears, enduring challenges, and pushing through crowds, and it is precisely because growth is hard that it's so necessary. If you're not challenging yourself, you're settling for mediocrity. Growth forces you to break the mold, to step into new opportunities, and to transform into someone capable of bigger things. It's through growth that you discover new strengths, new perspectives, and new possibilities. And the more you grow, the more you realize how much you're capable of, and that realization is what propels you to continue moving forward. And I think about the times in your life when you faced the most difficulty. It was likely during those moments that you grew the most. Growth isn't about avoiding challenges, it's about embracing them. And the people who achieve greatness are those who choose growth over comfort, who see obstacles as opportunities, and who understand that the only way to reach their fullest potential is to push beyond their limits. Growth isn't just about gaining new skills or knowledge, it's about expanding your capacity to handle life's complexities and uncertainties. The more you grow, the more you realize that the world is full of possibilities and you are capable of seizing them all. When you resist growth, you're not just stalling your progress, you're actively holding yourself back from becoming who you were meant to be. Growth is not optional. It's the fuel that drives you toward your purpose and goals. If you want to achieve something great, you have to grow into the person who can make it happen. The person who wants to climb the mountain has to first become someone strong enough to do so. You can't stay the same and expect different results. Change is the only constant, and growth is the process through which you adapt, improve, and ultimately thrive. In the end, growth is the most powerful tool you have. It's what ensures that you're always moving forward, always evolving, and always improving. Without growth, you become complacent, and without complacency, you can never truly reach your potential. So embrace growth, chase it, and seek it in every area of your life. Because when you commit to growth, you commit to becoming the best version of yourself, and that is the only way to truly success. Growth is the key that unlocks your potential, and once you unlock it, there's no limit to what you can achieve. What if the greatest battle you will ever face isn't with the world around you, but with the person staring back at you in the mirror? The world will challenge you, judge you, and throw obstacles in your path, but the fight within yourself is the one that will determine whether you win or lose. Every day you are confronted with two enemies, the world and your own doubts, fears, and insecurities. The battle with the world is external, but the battle with yourself is internal. And it's this internal fight that holds the most power over your destiny. If you can conquer yourself, you can conquer anything. When the world is going to tell you what you can and cannot do, it will give you reasons to quit, reasons to settle, and reasons to stop dreaming. But the real enemy isn't the opinions of others, at least the way you let the weight of those opinions shape your beliefs about yourself. On the moment you start listening to the voices of doubt, the moment you let the world define your limitations, you give up control. Your fight is not to silence the world, it's to silence the noise within yourself. It's to drown out the fear, the hesitation, and the excuses that hold you back from stepping into your full potential. The hardest part of the fight is against yourself. Your own doubts, fears, and limiting beliefs are even the biggest obstacles to your success. The world might try to break you, but your biggest challenge will always come from within. It's the voice inside your head that tells you you're not good enough, that you don't deserve success, or that you should settle for less. Fighting against yourself means choosing to ignore those voices and deciding every day that you will rise above them. It's the strength to keep going when you feel like giving up, to keep fighting even when your own mind tries to convince you to quit. And when you engage in this battle, you're not just fighting for success, you're fighting for your own growth. The struggle is what shapes you, refines you, and makes you stronger. Every challenge you face, every moment of doubt you overcome, adds another layer to your resilience. An external fight with the world may seem loud and overwhelming, but it's nothing compared to the internal battle. When you fight and win against yourself, you are invincible. The world will no longer have the power to hold you back because you have already conquered the greatest enemy you'll ever face, your own mind. To win this fight, you have to realize that it's not about defeating the world or others. It's about defeating the limiting beliefs and fears inside you. The world will always have its challenges, but if you can master yourself, if you can control your thoughts, emotions, and actions, the world becomes something you navigate, not something that defeats you. So fight the battle against the world, but more importantly, fight the battle within yourself. Because once you conquer your own mind, nothing in this world will be able to stop you. What if I told you that the setbacks you face along your journey aren't roadblocks, but stepping stones? We often envision success as a straight line, a path that leads directly from where we are to where we want to be. But in reality, the journey is rarely that simple. It's filled with twists, turns, and countless setbacks. These obstacles might feel like they're pushing you backward, but in truth, they're a crucial part of the process. Setbacks aren't signs of failure. They're opportunities to learn, to grow, and to become stronger. Every setback you face is just another chance to prove to yourself that you keep going, no matter how tough it gets. At times, setbacks may seem overwhelming, even impossible to overcome. You might find yourself wondering why you bother trying when life keeps throwing challenges your way. But this is where the magic happens. The most powerful people are those who don't let setbacks define them. I understand that setbacks are inevitable, but they don't let those setbacks control their actions. Instead, they choose to see them as moments of growth. Each challenge is a lesson in resilience, and each failure is an opportunity to come back stronger than before. The road to success is paved with setbacks, but the key is how you respond to them. Setbacks may make you question your path or your ability to achieve your goals. It's easy to look at obstacles and think that maybe you're not meant to succeed, that maybe it's too hard or too much. Real success isn't about avoiding setbacks, it's about how you face them. It's about maintaining the courage to press forward, even when the odds seem stacked against you. The journey is rarely a smooth ride, and it's the setbacks that build the character and resilience necessary to continue. When you can face setbacks head on and learn from them, you develop a deeper understanding of your strength, your purpose, and your capacity to succeed. In those moments when setbacks feel insurmountable, it's important to remind yourself that they don't last forever. Setbacks are temporary, but your response to them can be permanent. Each time you bounce back from a setback, you strengthen your foundation and move one step closer to your ultimate goal. You don't have to let failure define you. Instead, use it as fuel to keep going. The journey may be difficult, but with every setback, you gain the experience and wisdom that will guide you toward the success you desire. Remember, it's not the setbacks that will determine your future, it's how you rise from them. Ultimately, the journey filled with setbacks is the one that shapes you into the person you need to be to achieve greatness. These setbacks are not punishments, they are part of the process of becoming who you were meant to be. So embrace the obstacles, the failures, and the challenges along your path. Each setback is a gift, an opportunity to learn, grow, and push yourself further than you ever thought possible. The road to success is never easy, but it's the setbacks that make the victory even sweeter. Keep going, because the greatest stories are written by those who face the toughest challenges and refuse to quit. What if the hero you've been waiting for is actually you? The truth is, becoming the hero of your own life is a conscious choice, not a happenstance. You are not born a hero, nor do heroes simply appear by chance. They are forged through decisions, actions, and relentless commitment to their purpose. It's not about waiting for a moment of inspiration or a grand defining event. It's about choosing every single day to rise above your circumstances and to step into the life you were meant to lead. The power to become the hero of your story has always been in your hands. To become the hero, you must first take responsibility for your life. No one is coming to save you, and no one can live your life for you. Heroes aren't defined by their extraordinary circumstances, they are defined by their response to them. And they make a choice to fight, to push forward, and to believe in themselves even when the world doubts them. It's not about waiting for the world to give you permission to step into your power. It's about choosing to own your narrative, to take the lead, and to move toward greatness no matter the obstacles in your way. Dear listeners, the hero's journey isn't a smooth one. It's filled with adversity, with moments of doubt and with challenges that will test your strength. But the difference between a hero and anyone else is that a hero sees each challenge as an opportunity for growth. They choose to persevere, to keep going when quitting seems easier, and to trust that their efforts will lead to something greater. The choice to become the hero isn't just about being brave in the face of danger. It's about being brave in the face of the unknown, in the face of uncertainty, and in the face of your own fears. It's about choosing courage when fear tells you to run, and choosing resilience when failure tries to hold you back. You must understand that becoming the hero is a decision that requires action. It's not enough to wish for greatness or to dream of a better life. And you have to show up every day to do the work and to face the discomfort of growth. It's about taking steps toward your vision, no matter how small they seem. The hero is not the one who is free from struggles. They are the one who decides that no matter how many times they fall, they will always rise again. The path will never be easy, but the decision to walk it, to choose it again and again, is what makes the difference. Dear listeners, the hero is made, not born. It's a choice you make every day to live with purpose, to face your challenges with strength, and to never back down from the responsibility of your own life. Well, the world is waiting for you to step up, for you to embrace your power and to claim your place in your own story. They ain't wait for the perfect moment of someone else to believe in you. Choose right now to become the hero. Choose to fight for your dreams. Choose to embrace your dream. And choose to never stop believing that you are capable of becoming everything you've ever wanted to be. In conclusion, becoming the hero of your own life is not a matter of luck or circumstance. It's a choice. It's the decision to embrace the challenges, to rise above the setbacks, and to keep fighting when the world tells you to quit. The journey may not always be easy, and there will be times when you'll question your strength. But it's in those moments that you must dig deeper and choose to keep moving forward. The hero is not someone who avoids adversity, but someone who faces it head on, learning from it and using it to grow. You have the power within you to become the hero of your own story, to overcome every obstacle, and to turn your dreams into reality. Well, the world is waiting for you to step into your greatness. Don't hold back. Choose to become the hero. And watch as you transform not just your own life, but the world around you. The power is yours, and it's always been there. It's time to unleash it. Thank you for taking the time to listen, reflect, and engage with these thoughts. I hope that something within this message resonates with you and inspires you to take action, to embrace your inner hero, and to face whatever comes your way. Strength and resilience. I remember the journey may be tough, but with each step forward, you are becoming the person you were always meant to be. Stay strong, stay focused, and never stop believing in yourself. Goodbye for now, and I wish you nothing but success and growth on your path ahead. Keep pushing, keep striving, and most importantly, keep choosing to be the hero of your own life.